Okay, so let's talk about the books that I read in May. So, let's see. We started with I have 8 books, and so we started with Tourist Season, and that one is a serial killer romance. So, this is like, how do I even explain this? I mean, it's like a contemporary. It's not like any fantasy stuff, but yeah, it's just like serial killers falling in love. Like, one girl is like a gardener and she's like hiding bodies in gardens, and then the guy's coming over there to take her out, because he thinks that she's the one that killed somebody that he like his brother or something. Except I don't think it was her, and like it's kind of convoluted. It's kind of like hard to explain a little bit, but basically, yeah, he's there to do her in, and she's just like, nah. She's like trying to take care of the town by getting rid of people she doesn't like tourists that she doesn't like. So I guess that's why it's called Tourist Season. She lives in Carnage, which is crazy work in the first place because they make the whole place like it's like a haunted house type of vibe, anyways. So it's a real interesting time in that little world. But I gave it 3.5. Like, it was a fun enough read, and I might continue on because I think it's gonna be a trilogy. Yeah. I mean, it just says Seasons of Carnage as the series title, so I don't know how many it's gonna be for sure, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a trilogy. So, and the second one I think just came out, so I'm probably gonna read that. But yeah, I give it 3.5. And then moving on, the next one I read was ooh, A Scar in the Bone. And this one was the continuation. This is the second book in a series of the one where there's the whipping girl and she gets sent to marry the barbarian guy, instead of the real princesses. Like they try to trick him. They end up falling in love, of course, because it's a romantasy. And then this book, though, they try to make it seem like he had an off-screen death, like an off-page death, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? He can't just have disappeared like that. Like, I don't know. Her time with the other, with her group, I don't want to say too much, but their time, like, after the events of the first book, is kind of really boring and really shady. Like, people in this book suck. I'm not gonna lie. And this book also kind of has like middle book syndrome. Like, I liked the first one and I was kind of on the fence about continuing, and this one made me kind of not like it so much. So anyways, I've listed this one and the Fairy Loot one on of the first copy, or the first book I mean, on Pango, because I think I'll finish the series, or I'll at least try the next one because I like the first one enough. But this is like not my favorite series. It's definitely not one I'm gonna reread, so I definitely don't need to keep the copies. But I gave this 3 stars. Like, yeah, it just has middle book syndrome. I feel like we just really didn't need a lot of this. It's a lot of bullshit. It was a lot of bullshit. Like, it's very much like a downtime, traveling, trying to figure something out that's obvious bullshit from the beginning. So yeah, I don't know. That's that. After that, I listened to the audiobook of The House of Fear, and that was a fun audiobook. Like, I liked it. It was a fun read. It's YA, so it's like fast paced, in that like YA way. Like, not actually fast paced, but it feels fast paced because YA. But that one is like a haunted house, and we have a couple of witches that are kind of like pretending they have more witchy abilities than they do, and more powers than they do. So they're kind of like, yeah, we're gonna go do an exorcism in the House of Fear. And I mean, they're already running cons and stuff, so they're like, yeah, let's pretend we know how to do exorcisms too. And so they're supposed to exorcise the ghost of Bluebeard, basically. And yeah, that doesn't go as planned, and there's some romance in there, and basically that was a whole thing, because you know what? They said, yeah, we're fucking leaving. And I was like, yes, this is the correct move. Like, once they realized it's like I mean, like, one of the girls can see ghosts anyway, so it's not like she doesn't know that there's like bullshit and stuff. But once they're like, oh yeah, no, that dude tried to do me in, so I'm gonna leave. And I was like, yes, finally somebody's having the correct reaction. But yeah, like they end up U-turning for like a legit reason though, kind of like I don't know, it ended up being cute in the end, I guess. But yeah, no, I was like, hell yeah, finally, people that are like, I'm not gonna stay in this fucking house where people trying to do me, like trying to, like no, why would you stay around and get stabbed? So I liked this book. I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, it was a fun read. I like Marissa Meyer's writing style, and so yeah, I mean, if you just want a fun book to read, I'll read that. So after that, there is, I listened to the audiobook. I finally finished the audiobook of A Land So Wide. Um, this one, it's not technically listed as a horror, but I feel like it's kind of, the monsters in this could be considered kind of scary, I think. And a lot of her other books are kind of creepy, and I feel like this one kind of still lent into it a little bit. I mean, even though it's not strictly horror, it's like it can still be a little bit much, I think, because it was like in this world there's like monsters that can get into their area if they go like beyond some stones or something. I don't know. There's like a magical thing holding their town in safety basically, and then but if they don't if they're not in the bounds within a certain time or whatever, then like the monsters can come get them and stuff. So I don't know. It was the setup was interesting, and then toward the end I kind of lost interest because I don't know why, honestly, because I guess because like the middle was kind of bullshit, and then toward the end like everything happened again, and I was like, dude, what? But anyway, basically people are just lying to each other. This girl mama lying to her parents. I don't even remember. Like, I honestly don't remember a lot about what happened in this, other than like people were lying about all kinds of shit in this book, and it's just like revealing town secrets type of shit. So this was a 3 star because it wasn't technically bad. I guess it just wasn't my favorite. Like, I've liked other books by this author more, I think. So you know, kind of a letdown. But that was that. So 3 stars for that. And then after that, I read The Poet Empress. And y'all, I tore this book up. And this book was like so much darker than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I kind of heard people saying that it was going to be like, there's some messed up stuff in there. Yeah, there's like torture, murder, everybody's just doing all kinds of shit. There's like a lot of traumatic shit in this book, okay? So like don't go in and think it's gonna be all happy hunky dory. Like, this is a dark fantasy. So I feel like it's kind of hard to tell that by looking at it, because some books kind of make it more obvious. This one I feel like it's not as obvious, but yeah, it's very dark, I would say. Our main character, she comes from a poor village, and she wants to increase her family's circumstances by becoming a concubine, basically, for the emperor, because they're looking for that. And she ends up getting in there, and then but it's to be concubines for the prince that is known for being like just an evil dickbag, basically. And so oh my god. And so yeah, she ends up having to deal with his bullshit, and let me tell you, it is extremely unpleasant. Like, he puts her through a lot of shit. A lot of shit. It is horrible what he does to her. And the whole time, like, in this world they have poem magic, and she doesn't know how to read or write, so she specifically learns to read and write in this book, so that way she could take him down with poetry magic. Like, she said, nah, we're going full, like, nah. She was not playing around. So, I really appreciated this book because, it really showed that, like, things are not always black and white. Like, you do end up kind of sympathizing with the villain and understanding where he's coming from. But yeah, they still bring up a good point of, like, he's still choosing to treat people like hot garbage and to be like a murder hobo. So, that's still on him. It's like, we're like, we can explain why he's like this, and you understand at some point, but it's like, it doesn't justify the shit he's doing. So it's like the whole battle of, like, where does the compassion end, and all of that kind of stuff. So it was very interesting, and I really liked it. So I gave this one 5 stars, which y'all know I barely ever give anything 5 stars. So I gave that 5 stars, and I do recommend this book if you can handle um, dark shit. Okay, because it's traumatic as hell. So definitely going with some caution. But anyways, I gave that 5 stars. I liked it. After that, I read Jade Legacy, which is the final book in the Greenbone saga. Like, there's some novellas, but I don't know if I'm gonna read those because I don't think my library has them, anyways. And I was reading this from the library, so I got through the last book, and like this one was my least favorite of the three. I'm not gonna lie, because in this world, there's this. This is the world where where people have jade that enhances their abilities, and then everybody's like a jade warrior, and it's like a whole thing. And then there's people that can't react with the jade, and it's like for shame, kind of. And there's just like the world is, their country especially, is like very built around this like jade, and basically giving you like superhuman abilities, like superhuman strength and stuff, like enhances your abilities or whatever. So, anyways, this one, the it felt like a very extended prologue. Like, we did finally wrap up some stuff, but this book was way longer than it needed to be. And we like saw details of stuff that we just didn't need to see. Like, I didn't need to know the specifics of how jade got like legalized in other countries and stuff. Like, not to that degree, I think. Like, it just went very into depth of very it was very in-depth descriptions of all that stuff. So it was just more information than I feel like I needed, and the whole thing just really felt like a very extended epilogue. Like, because it goes years and years and years into the future, talking about people's kids, and what happened with this. Shay's still a mess, per usual. And then kind of gets his shit more together. I was happy for him. But, yeah, I don't know. Shay just had me being like, girl, again. Again with this bullshit. So, anyways, it was my least favorite. So I gave it 3.5. So, yeah. That's that. And then after that, I read... Oh, I grabbed the wrong book. Anyways, but I read The Rebel Witch. And I liked this book. Like, I think it's, like, kind of divided on where people stand with this. Like, some people liked it, some people didn't. But I really liked this conclusion to this duology. So, the first one was The Crimson Moth, or Heartless Hunter, depending on, like, which country you're in. I have the UK version. So it's because I have the version from, Fairy Loops. So I have the Fairy Loop versions. So it's the UK version. But, basically, the sequel is called The Rebel Witch everywhere, I think. So, anyway, that's what I read, and I thought they brought the dynamics back pretty good. Like the whole oh, we're enemies again, and because it's a witch and a witch hunter, and so she got away in the first one, and then but he has to come back and get her, but they're obviously still in love, but now they're on opposing sides again. And it was a whole thing of like, will they, won't they, is he gonna betray her, who's betraying who first. Like, I was into it, and I kind of bought into it. So I was like, I mean, we all know how it's supposed to end, but at the same time it's like, well, how many times are they gonna like fuck each other over in the meantime? So I was into it, and I gave it 4.25. Like, I tore that book up. I was into it. So that's where I stand with it. And then after that, I finally finished the second part of the Book of Azriel, because I was listening to the graphic audio. And let me tell you, this book is, I feel like, not being done justice in this audiobook, because the fake laughing kills me. It's like, it's so intense, this book. Like, so much shit happens, like, so fast, and there's, like, big bad and, like, intense shit going on, and then they'll be like, ha ha ha, like, it's just, like, I hate it. I hate the forced laughing so much in this. So much. Like, oh my god. It makes me, like, low-key kind of mad. Every time I heard it, I was like, shut up. Just stop fake laughing like this. Like, it's so forced. it's so painful to listen to for me. So I was like, dude. And I think that kind of made it less good for me. But and I'm not gonna lie, some of the dialogue is kind of cheesy anyway, so it does kind of lean into that a bit. But overall, like, it is fast paced and kind of fun, and I'm kind of like on the fence about if I even want to continue. My library doesn't seem to have the second audiobook, so I'm gonna have to see if I can find somewhere else if I do want to continue. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence because I don't. It's interesting, and like I'm kind of concerned for like the main character and her sister because that's the whole thing. Like everything she's doing is like because everybody keeps holding her sister over her, which is freaking crazy. Like everybody's manipulating her with this, and yeah, it's just kind of sad. It's kind of sad, and I ended up giving this book a 3. Like I like that our main character is not like a dumbass, and she stands on her own, and she is like a strong character. Like she is badass and she can fight and all this stuff, but at the same time, like I don't know, I just felt like some of it was kind of dumb. and and yeah, the audiobook I think kind of made it worse. I probably would have liked it a little bit more if it wasn't for the audiobook, but it's a long ass book, so there you go. So yeah, for the second part I gave it 3 stars. And I think I gave the first part 3 stars. So overall it's just like a 3 stars for this book. So, not the best thing I've ever read, but yeah, I can see why some people are into it cuz yeah, it's kind of like a fast-paced. I mean, it's medium paced on here, but I feel like there's just a lot of shit going on. So there's a lot of action if you're looking for a romantasy with that. But anyways, so yeah, so those are the 8 books I read. It was a very hit or miss month, but yeah, I'm glad that at least some of the books were hitting real good. So there you have it, and we will see where we go next time.